Hey there, this is Skye Leber with Epique Realty. I wanted to go over some steps today about, are you ready to buy a home? Do you know that you are ready? So first thing is decide if you're ready to buy. Did you pay off all your debt? Have you saved 3 to 6 months of mortgage or rent? Have you set aside money for their down payment? So that's step number one. Decide if you're ready. Those 3 steps. Number two, figure out how much you can afford. So you're going to make sure that your mortgage payment is no more than 25% of your take home pay. You want to make sure that you are not house poor. So figuring that out, there's lots of calculators online that you can use to figure out what you can afford based on your salary. Um, Three, save for a solid down payment. You want to look at 20% putting down because a solid down payment means that you are not paying for PMI, private mortgage insurance, in addition to your mortgage. So that's something that is really helpful. So having that 20% to put down is really beneficial. You can do a first time home buyers program where you're putting 3.5% down, 5% down, 10% down. But just remember that you're going to have to pay PMI and you'll have more fees in that loan. Number four, get pre-approved. So you want to get pre-approved and you need to shop around for lenders unless you're paying cash. So in shopping around for lenders, make sure you ask some critical questions. There's questions online. I have questions that I've written up for lenders. And so I would really recommend doing that as well. Number five, you are going to find a real estate agent. You need expert help. I know a lot of people want to do this on their own. They don't want to hire a realtor. They don't want to pay fees, but realtors in a lot of instances end up saving the buyers so much money. They also negotiate the deal for them. They make sure that they walk them through the process. Maybe there's something that happens later on in the process that you need the realtor's help with. So it's really critical to use a realtor who you like and who has proven success. You don't want to pick Johnny down the street just because Johnny's nice and he's your neighbor. So make sure that's something that you look into. Next, you're going to go house hunting. So that's the fun part. You're going to share your must-haves with your real estate agent and kind of go over some expectations. And you want to pay attention to the home values in the area. You also need to do your own due diligence as a buyer. You need to make sure that you are looking at niche.com or the schools. And always, I say, always look at the resale. Look at the property. Like if you were going to live there for a year and you had to sell it, is it a house that could sell easily? Make sure that you like the location, you like the floor plan. It's something that you can easily work with, even if you're looking to maybe stay forever. Life changes, situations change. So is it something that you can easily sell? Next, you're going to make the offer. So when you make the offer, your agent is going to use their negotiating skills to make that offer. You're going to want to make sure that you see comparable market analysis for the home that you're making an offer on. So you want to make sure that if you're in a gated community, that the houses are the same caliber of house. And therefore, you can see like what they've sold for in the last 120 days. Do they have a pool just like the one you're looking at? Do they have a new roof? There's certain things that you're looking for, but you want to make sure that you ask the agent, like, hey, are we overpaying for this house? Are we getting a good deal for this house? And have them run the numbers for you. The next, number 8, you want to get an inspection and an appraisal. So an inspection is something that a buyer always has the right to get. And you can usually in most areas have a due diligence time period where you can also have an inspection and either get those items remedied, or if the seller doesn't want to remedy those items in a time frame, then you can back out of the contract. So you're out the money for the inspection, but at least you didn't go into a house that is sinking and has sinkholes and things that you didn't know about. The other thing is inspections are not all created equal. There's lots of different inspections, lots of different inspectors. And so just make sure that you're really doing your due diligence in picking an inspector. Usually you have your agent recommend a few to you that they maybe have worked with in the past, but maybe you need to check radon in your area. We had new construction here locally that was brand new built, second floor, and they have really high levels of radon. So that can be a really simple fix, but it's important to know those things. Maybe the air quality isn't good in a property that's older. Maybe there's mold. All those things are really important to know. And it's your right as a buyer to have those inspections. And if you're getting, a mortgage, you're going to need to get an appraisal. And if the appraisal comes in lower than your offer price, that's sometimes good for you because then you can negotiate the price down. Sometimes it's not great for the seller, but that's something that you want to make sure the appraisal comes in and meets the criteria of your property that you're purchasing. You don't want to overpay for a property. So that's something where, again, where you're making the offer, if there's an appraisal gap in there, if that is covered, those are things that an expert, such as a real estate agent, can help you with and navigate through. Number 9 is be patient because lenders require a lot of information from you and they'll ask you for the same things multiple times, a lot of times. And I know that a lot of buyers get frustrated. So I just recommend making a folder on your computer that has all of your documents for buying a home in that folder so that you can share it with them. And then that way it's just really easy to go through. And you do want to shop around lenders because not all lenders are created equal, just like all agents. So I recommend shopping around lenders, shopping around prices and rates and things like that. And some lenders will give you a free appraisal or they'll be able to, help you out with different scenarios in the process. The last thing is close on the house. But before you do that, you have got to go over the paperwork. You should receive all your paperwork in advance of closing. You should never get your paperwork all on closing day. You should have time to review your paperwork, to go over the closing costs, to go over the prorations of the taxes, to go over the HOA fees, all of those fees in general, you should be able to go over and ask any questions. A lot of times people aren't asking the questions and then later on they say, oh, I didn't know that the HOA, had this, this, and this. Well, they never read the documents. So that happens all the time. And I just recommend that this is the biggest purchase most people make in their lives. And you might do it several times, but you still need to read the documents. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to help. My name is Skye Leber. I'm with Epique Realty, 252-331-9474. Thanks so much. Have a great day.